I mean, obviously you wouldn't have finished fifth if we didn't have 17 more restarts.
Goes back to it. We do not need
Zero
more than one
etiquette.
overtime.
Well, we don't need more than one overtime.
And that's another thing that would probably help the etiquette thing too, because I don't think guys are going to go in there 16 wide when they know that if we wreck right here, that's it. Like, I'm not going to be able to advance anymore. I'm stuck with what I've got.
Exactly. But if you bomb it in there, 9 wide on the bottom, and you bulldoze a couple cars out of the way, you gain all those spots, caution comes out, and you get a chance to go do it again.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we have unlimited overtime attempts has created this problem.
Yeah.
It absolutely has created this problem.
No reason we should have double file restarts on road courses anymore.
No, none at all.
We said this after Indianapolis.
It's absurd.
It's stupid. It's just stupid. Like, I mean, it would be like, it'd be fine. We'd still have I'm sure the restarts would still be fucking exciting. It wouldn't devolve into this.
Yeah. I mean, they'd probably still end up 3 wide, but 3 wide is manageable.
It's manageable. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it ruined a bunch of guys' days who really were just innocent bystanders. Suarez was one of them. Really, I mean, Chastain didn't deserve to get wrecked, but he did. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. You look at Twitter, you look anywhere, it put a bad taste in everyone's mouth for this race. Like, it was going to be probably, the top race of the year on the Jeff Gluck poll. And now it's probably not even going to be close.
Yeah.
Just because the ending of the race, which sucks because it's not a true, representation.
It is unfortunate that it is. I mean, it's always been like this. One bad part of the race, which is usually the end, will ruin it. I mean, the Daytona 500, the ending wasn't what I was hoping for, but the rest of it was solid. And then, so, I mean, it's typical. I mean, last week we had a solid ending, and that's all everybody remembers. We didn't do anything for the first 60% of the race, but I get it because it's the last thing you see. So it's the last thing you're going to remember, but it's like, it's also like, let's remember the good parts. let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater here. We had a lot of good things happen in this race.
Yeah. But it's one of those things. It's like the most impactful part of the race was the worst part of the race. And, it's definitely going to devolve it into quite a bit. And it sucks because you have guys like Kimi and Jenson Button and Jordan Taylor who, probably had a lot of fun with this race and probably getting a lot of respect for NASCAR as a whole before those last couple laps. I mean, Jenson and Jordan Taylor both talked about the etiquette, how terrible it was in the last couple laps, and how it's just bullshit chaos at the end of these things. And you get a bunch of pissed off drivers and you get a bunch of pissed off fans.
But I mean, literally, we talked about it earlier. You make these 2 changes, single file restarts and 1 overtime. I'm fine with none but 1.
Great.
Bam. You have fixed this problem.
Ain't that hard.
It's so not hard because what pisses me off to no end with the unlimited overtimes outside of the driving etiquette and anything, it's not necessary. There is not a tie at the end of the race.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It's
I understand the attempt to want to get a green flag finish, but you can't shoot yourself in the foot. And here's another thing that pisses me off is after the second time we fucking just bomb it into turn 1 and wreck and have 17 guys have flat tires and, spew debris all over the track like fucking diarrhea from Taco Bell. Like, I mean, NASCAR set a precedent. They could have just been like, all right, you guys can't handle it. Single file restarts. They did it at the Bristol Dirt Race a couple of years ago. One of the most baller moves NASCAR's made in the past 10 years. Yeah. Like, on the fly was just like, all right, single file restarts. And I mean, they should have done that. They did it at COTA during the rain.
They've done it twice during the rain now.
Yeah, exactly. And they should have done it today. I mean, and they should have just made that a thing.
Well, and also the definition of insanity is doing the same thing every time and expecting a different result.
Yeah.
Back in the day, when we had in the 90s, when we had several tragic deaths at plate races, the drivers gathered together and said, hey, we need to be better. What's really infuriating is that we don't have that now, because the drivers all drive like jackasses out there in these restarts, and then they get back and then they bitch about it on Twitter, they bitch about it in the media, do whatever,
all it is
nothing changes.
All it is a bunch of pots calling the kettle black.
100%.
That's all it is.